But yeah, I think I'm recording now. Is it or
Yeah.
okay? Perfect. Well, great. Thank you so much for sharing that. For me, well, it was a great experience. I felt uh, very good doing this. I'm not a person who shares their feelings a lot, so it's kind of hard for me to do this. But uh, I used to sometimes just write some letters to my wife and stuff, but um, every time I did it was kind of like something I needed to put a lot of thought in it. So it feels great to do it and to be thankful uh, for people around you or for someone who has done something specific in your life. So it was a great experience. So the first question that we have in this meeting is what did it feel like to extend gratitude towards the three people you thanked? Maybe just what were your feelings when you were doing it? If you read the card, the letter aloud, or if you, what did you feel when you were writing it? What were your feelings when you were doing that?
I can jump in. Well, I just feel like whenever I'm like writing or like thanking people, like they, I do this a lot in like work and stuff or in um like with my family or whatever. Um, like they really like it best when we tell people how appreciative we are. And so I feel like um I certainly like it. And so I feel like for some reason it's difficult for us. I don't know if it's like we struggle to be like emotionally vulnerable or what. Um, but I think when expressing the gratitude, like it strengthens your relationship on both sides and makes it feel like you both people can be kind of more open to each other, I guess. Because if I'm like really honest what I'm thankful for, then they realize like what they have to offer, I think. Um, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, sure. Uh, I was thinking like for me, I mean, it's easy to say thank you about something, but share these feelings and say how grateful you are about something, I feel it's kind of hard. Uh, Maybe because you need to open up a lot more than just about saying thank you about a specific thing. Um, but yeah, I don't know if you, Angelo, if you have any experience in your life when you share your gratitude to someone and you had a chance to do that.
Franco,
Yeah,
can you hear me?
yeah, sure. All right, when whenever you can speak, let us know. Angelo, no problem.
I
Is
can to
there?
share.
Yeah, Nicole, please.
Okay. This week, the people I offer gratitude is my parents, since they have always given me the best they could, uh, apart from the greatest gift that is life, and they felt me happy. Although I also miss that I think the science it is not something that I am used to doing. But I feel good for share my gratitude with them. And the third people that I share my gratitude is my brother, my older brother, that he always shares his nose with me. I learned more about his knowledge, and same my parents is he felt very strange that my attitude, but I feel good to express my gratitude with them.
That's great. And how was their reaction towards you, Nicole, when you uh, share these feelings with them?
I'm
Nicole?
so sorry, guys. I have a really bad signal on my phone in this moment because I am traveling to my phone. But uh, can you hear me now? All right.
Yeah, but it gets cut like this. Nicole, I don't know if you heard the question.
Eh? Sorry.
Yeah,
Tell me.
I asked you before if what was the reaction of your family when you shared those feelings with
Oh,
them?
your reaction is the surprise, because no, don't wait that my act, you know, yeah, it's a surprise.
That's great, thank you. Perfect. All right, well, next question is about uh, organization. So it says, what is the role of gratitude in organizations? So, what do you think about that question? Yeah, also about the things that we learned this week in the text and everything. What is the role of gratitude in organizations for you?
I think it's important in the work setting as well, just because I think it helps motivate people. It makes them feel like they're doing a good job, which in turn makes them try even harder to keep doing good things because it feels good to be recognized for the things that you've done. And so, not only does it, make them feel good, but in the end, it makes them work better for you. I don't want it to sound like a selfish thing, but it makes your workers better workers.
Yeah, that's true. Anyone else? Maybe Zoe, do you have any thoughts about how what's the role of gratitude in organizations?
Yeah, sorry, I was surely to unmute. I have a coworker that's really good. Like even today, he knows like I have a lot going on because I just got back from Mexico and I'm like behind on stuff. Plus I have all like schoolwork to catch up on. And I'm like at work right now, like catching like doing some stuff, like multitasking while I'm listening to you guys because I have so much going on. And I have like this event this week, and he always like texts me and he's like, okay, like mental health check, like how's everything going? Like how's this? Like, were you able to finish this? Like, do you feel good about it? And I'm always like yes or no or whatever. And then he's always like, awesome, you're great, like crushing it. And it also makes me feel so good. Because like it's easy to kind of get lost, especially like in an org. And it's easy to like forget that everybody's human, like we're not gonna be perfect on everything, but if you tell people like how grateful you are for them, then I think it just makes people feel like a lot more confident in their, I think Teresa said this earlier too, like it makes people feel a lot more confident in their job, makes them feel more comfortable with their coworkers. It makes them feel like needed. And I think that's a really good feeling to have. Sorry, I'm like have things with me.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. Yeah, I also think that these actions of gratitude, maybe from managers towards employees or team members. It makes you feel like you belong in a team, right? Or in an organization or anything. Because when you feel like you belong there or like you're part of the mission, of course your performance will be better. You feel more motivated, as Teresa said, and it will just be uh, a better place to work. You have uh, you have a better experience when working there. So I think it's very important. I don't know if anyone else wants to add anything to that question. Maybe Nicole or Angelo.
Yeah, okay. In my experience, I work in a warehouse, okay, in logistics. When I think that gratitude in organization generates a good relationship, which means that a boss does not need to ask his employee for committed to the company or to work better or faster, uh, because his gratitude generate more compromise, no sé. Bueno, and then uh, we had a boss that worked that nobody liked since he was very uh, strict and such and nobody tried or wanted to stay to work overtime more. But that a month ago they changed him and they put in his place a person who was more tactful, less serious, and who transmitted trust and kindness. And everyone began to work better and stay, if necessary, to work overtime. So I believe that a good work environment generates gratitude and therefore improves productivity and efficiency in any type of organization.
That's great. Thank you.
Franco?
Yeah, Angelo.
Great. I was that you were talking about the foster a culture of gratitude, and I think it's great that research that say showing gratitude employees they feel high job satisfaction, are willing to work longer hours, engage in productive relationship with coworkers and supervisors, are motivated. So I think that show gratitude is a great tool that we can use, and we can change organizations in a deep way.
Perfect. Thank you. Um, Speaking of that, what you said, Angelo, have you seen examples of how it increases effectiveness in an organization or your work? Have you seen how gratitude can increase effectiveness or performance in people? If you have any example of that, you can share.
I can jump in. So I work for a nonprofit, and one thing that we do yearly is we make sure that a lot of our really high donors receive like awards, which the awards themselves like mean probably like nothing. Like they can just say like, oh, I won like the Choice Humanitarian Award, like great. And they mean something to like us within this community, a family of people within my nonprofit, which is called Choice. But it makes a huge difference, at least to like our donors, when we like thank them for what they're doing. And I think that's true all around. Like it makes them want to like work with us more and makes them feel like appreciated for what they're doing. And I think that can be applied to like regular like businesses as well.
That's great. Any other examples?
I can share
I
mine that I had. Oh, sorry. Did somebody go? Oh,
Oh,
okay,
Teresa,
sorry.
please, your turn.
I'm so sorry. Okay. Sorry. So last year, I was pregnant and I was super stressed because, you know, the supply chain crisis was still going on. And when you're a buyer, that sucks. And at the same time, I was trying to prepare for maternity leave. So I was trying to train my backup. And then at the same time, the master production planner went on a 2-week vacation. And I was working so much and I was like so exhausted. And I I don't know, I just felt like nothing was ever good enough for my, I guess he wasn't my boss, but he was the manager over the plant. Anyway, I just felt, I was just like, you know, this is not worth it. This is just bonkers. Anyway, so then I went on maternity leave and I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna leave this place after I get back because this is just not worth it. And then after I came back from maternity leave, they were so different towards me. Like they um were just like, oh, we trust you, we're so glad you're back, blah blah blah, we can't wait for, you know, you to get going in here again. So I was like, oh, perfect. So I don't know, that was kind of a moment for me where I was just like, I was just so drained from a job, feeling underappreciated, and then coming back and actually feeling that appreciation, and then things started going smoothly after that. So I was like, okay, this isn't so bad. But yeah, it definitely makes a difference when people notice all the efforts you're putting in, especially when you're salary and working 16-hour days and you're 8 months pregnant. That's not fun. But yeah, that's my personal experience with it.
Great, thank you. Angela? Do you have an experience, Angela, or? Okay, I think it's connection, I get. So great. Well, when he comes back, we can hear his experience. So I have another question. What? How do you think an organization, or maybe if you will be in a position of leadership or management, what are some ideas that you have that you can do to share to show gratitude? Maybe how would you do it? Maybe just have a meeting and talk about it, or I don't know, maybe like a gift or stuff like that. How would you do it, or what are your ideas to show gratitude if you were a leader or a manager?
When I used to be a team leader, we were going through a really busy time because Walmart was ordering a lot of stuff and their orders were very difficult to prepare. And my guys that would prepare them they would just get kind of frustrated and worried about loading trucks on time and things like that. And I would just tell them like, hey, you know what? It's okay. You know, all we can do is the best we can do. You know, just keep trying, and you know, we're not going to penalize you for, you know, if we get detention on this truck. You know, it's not your fault that we're so busy right now. It's just the cards that have been dealt. But, you know, even if, you know, something bad happens, I still know that you're doing your hardest. So, and that seemed to really help them feel motivated, and they hardly ever got detention, even so so yeah, they did a good job.
It's awesome. Anyone else?
Um, I have a been experience like camping leader. Okay, my experience was very nice, but stressful at the same time. Uh, the young woman are very good, are so good, but they are young. In short, my experience was gratificate because learned more about our, our day, but I think that don't know if I want to repeat this experience.
No, I mean mostly it was like if you were a manager or a leader, what would you do to show gratitude to people or the team members? Or what ideas do you have to do that?
Yeah, and his gratitude was good because the cheats days, days, ¿cómo se dice esto? Me cogieron cariño, ¿cómo se dice? Es que no,
Like me?
like me, yes, like me, but it's difficult to make this work.
Very excellent. Zoe, do you have any ideas for something like that? Okay, great. Uh, so from my side, I think maybe some good ideas is to express this gratitude with actions. Of course, saying it, if it's an occasional gift or anything that can show we're doing this because we're grateful for you, or um, maybe handing some responsibility towards you, saying like, I trust you and I'm grateful for what you do. Maybe that's something that could be something that can maybe improve the performance in someone else, or offer some rest. And but I love what this coworker that Zoe has that says like, let's make a mental health check. I think it's great. I think everyone should do that. I think there's some companies that have that, and they even have some days off if you just feel overwhelmed or if you have like burnout syndrome and stuff like that. So I think that's something that every organization should implement, so everyone can feel like the company has is grateful for your work, and they actually trust you. Um, Anything else you want to add about that, or we can move forward to the next question? Right. So the next question is, what are barriers to expressing gratitude, and how can we overcome those barriers?
Honestly, I'm not sure why we even have like that feeling that we don't want to share gratitude with others, because literally what bad is going to come from it? So why are we so embarrassed? That's what I don't understand. Like, even I was thinking of like writing an appreciation letter for my old boss and all the help he's given me with referrals and being promoted, and but there's a part of me that's just like, oh my gosh, I don't want to send it. Like, it's weird. But why do I feel like that? I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. I think we should just you know, try to think that, even though we feel weird, it's really not that weird. So we just need to overcome that feeling and just do it anyway. So I'm going to try and work on that.
That's true. I don't know either why I always struggle with that. It's probably maybe because we feel vulnerable when we do it, and we don't want people to look at us like that. And because when we show gratitude or we share some feelings, uh, we're opening up to someone else, to everything that we're thinking or feeling. So maybe it's basically that, which is it's like a defense mechanism. Uh, but yeah, it's always hard. I don't know why. Um, Nicole or Zoe, do you have any ideas on what are the barriers that we have on expressing gratitude?
And when I read the web page in the read this week, and I encountered five barriers that that are passive victim attitude, preoccupation with materialism, lack of self-reflection, lack of prior deprivation, and self-centeredness. And I think that the last self-centeredness is the more difficult to to win. I don't know. uh, and I think that all these barriers could be being with the gratitude and empathy and love. No?
Sure, yeah, for sure. Zoe, any thoughts about it? She said she was at work, so she's probably busy. Um, great. So I can't think too much about any other barrier. Thinking about an organization, um, maybe the managers probably sometimes they're just so focused on effectiveness. Oh, it's okay, Zoe. Don't worry. Maybe if you leave the meeting and get inside again, it's probably you can probably fix it. I don't know. But probably in thinking about organizations and managers or leaders, one of the reasons can be that I was just forgetting what I was saying. So when they're so focused about performance and effectiveness, uh, sometimes it's just easier to think about the negative things in the worker or a team member. We can always have those thoughts about, okay, isn't this wrong or wrong? But it's just hard to see good things about other people and maybe towards ourselves as well. I think it's something we can all improve in just setting the goals or setting a specific time or day to be grateful or saying this. If we're in a leadership position or even in any team, I think it's great. So it's a great practice. So how to overcome it? I think a great practice would be to just set a time to do it and actually do it, as Teresa said before. Um, any other thoughts about this, guys?
Yeah, I believe that gratitude is very important because the creating a good environment and taking into account what others do for us and showing how much we value it. This is important to create better relationships, both with our boss, leaders, and with our colleagues, in our home as well.
That's true. When do you guys think is the perfect time to show gratitude?
I think especially during difficult times, but I think all the time, really. I mean, we should just be showing gratitude to, whenever we can.
Yeah, I agree. I was thinking about this quote by President Monson. He said, "We often take for granted the very people who most deserve our gratitude. Let us not wait until it's too late for us to express that gratitude." Um, so yeah, it can get late. Maybe as you said, Teresa, we be thankful to our parents uh, or any other situation. Could be too late when we keep uh, getting older and time pass by. So yes, for me also the perfect time to be grateful is every time. There's also another quote on one of these texts. I'll share the screen so one of you can read it. Uh, I'm sorry I didn't uh, make any PowerPoint how to listen to it. So, Teresa, can you please read this one?
Yeah. Research on gratitude and appreciation demonstrates that when employees feel valued, they have high job satisfaction, are willing to work longer hours, engage in productive relationships with coworkers and supervisors, are motivated to do their best and work towards achieving the company's goals.
Do you have any thoughts about that quote?
I mean, for like my experience that I show or that I talked about that I experienced last year, it definitely worked for me. When I was feeling underappreciated, I was just kind of over it. I was just like, this is too hard for the lack of trust that I have at this place. But after I came back, I think they realized how much I was doing. So they were like, oh crap, we should probably be nicer to Teresa. And I don't want to say like I don't want to like sound like I'm complaining or anything, but yeah, I mean, for anybody, as much as you try to like brush off everything, like eventually, negativeness will, I don't know, take an effect on you, and it definitely messes with your motivation for sure. So yeah, when you feel appreciated, I can attest to all these things.
Yeah, also true. In my personal experience, I also had this experience where I just received negative feedback and basically didn't hear anything good for the work I was doing. Uh, when I was actually feeling that I was doing a lot of effort on it and everything. And I remember we had this meeting, this summit last year for the company, and I ran in the hallway with one of the founders of the company. He said like he was talking to another guy. He said like this is Franco. He's in the talent team. He's one of the most important pieces of our company because they bring all the people who work with us, and it felt great. It felt great. And it came from one of the founders. So not feeling that appreciation maybe on a daily basis or uh, more often in your life, it it can be hard to increase motivation in our lives. So yeah, I think it's something we should always do and have in our workplaces. Um, perfect. Nicole, can you please read this one?
Yeah. Okay. Grateful behavior can facilitate positive interpersonal and community relationships that may in turn influence other case outcomes. Effectively applied in the workplace. For instance, gratitude may possibly impact such factors as job satisfaction, loyalty, and citizenship behavior, while reducing employee turnover and increasing organizational profit, profitability and productivity.
Perfect. Any thoughts on that, Nicole?
Yeah, it's correct that I think that is a great satisfaction and that working in a place with people with whom you get along well and my work, I am blessed to have many friends with me to eat something outside the work. And I know that this friendship will last as long as did or not in that place working, because I think that something more than a simple camaraderie has already been forget. It is a friendship.
Perfect. Well, it's on. We've gone through all the questions and those were the last ones. So I don't know if any of you have any other final thought about this week's readings, assignments, or anything else you want to add?
I don't know, I guess just maybe whenever you have a prompting to share your appreciation for somebody, instead of brushing it off, actually just go and do it because it's probably a prompting from the spirit. So yeah, just try to act on it is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, thank you so much, Teresa. That was something I was about to say. We have the knowledge that we have the spirit, and we must follow it every time we feel and we need to. Well, as we said, every time is a perfect time to be grateful and to show appreciation to anyone else who's put in effort on something. Everyone has its own struggles and in life, so it's always good to show appreciation and just share good feelings to everyone else. It just creates a better weather for everyone. So perfect. Well, thank you so much, everyone. We're gonna end up this meeting, and well, next one. I don't know if we just and everyone. I don't know if we're just gonna rotate to the leader for the next meeting, or you want to take the time to just choose in the group, in the chat group.
I came to be the next leader because
great.
all
Yeah, you were the first one, right?
aware. Okay.
Perfect. Great. Good. So Nicole's next leader. Excellent. So I think we don't have to end that with the prayer, right? So that's it. Thank you so much, guys, for your participation, and I see you next week. All right.
Okay, thank you, Franco.
Okay. Bye, guys.
And then the last prayer. Don't.
I think we don't have to finish with the prayer. That's great.
Oh, okay.
Bye, guys.